So, hi everyone. Um, Welcome back. Not really. Figured it was time to make a new video. And I like doing Q&As, so I figured I'd stick with that theme. Even though, I'm just finding questions offline, but I think it's a better way for everybody to get to know me. And if I'm not as, chipper and happy as I normally am, I guess, it's because I'm going through a little rough patch. I'm not feeling like myself. I don't know, it's just been a very rough, couple weeks. And no, it's not because of, I don't know, it's a mixture of things. But, one of the main things is that somebody asked me if it was because of a boy, and I was like, no, it's not just the boy problem, it's all of my problems rolled up into, one big thing, and it's just unpleasant. And then I get stressed, and then I have anxiety about it, and then I don't want to do anything. Even though people think I've been going out to the bar so much because I don't feel like myself. And I'm like, yeah, that's totally why. Sorry. I'm 21. The only interaction I get is at work and in my house. Really, during the year. Because friends are at school and everything, and most of my friends don't live here. They're on the internet. So it's go to work. Hang out with my grandparents. Go to work. So adding granted, I go to the bar with my friends from work, but it's a different it's a different atmosphere, and it's a way for me to relax. And again, I think I've stated this in a video before. It's not like I'm going out and getting drunk every weekend. I don't know why people are continuously thinking that I'm just a drunk and an alcoholic. So, if those rumors could kindly stop, that'd be fantastic, and I'd appreciate it so much. But besides the negative, I'm going to get into some of the questions that I remember as my phone reloads because it's a piece of crud. But the first question was, what year were you born in? Born in 1994 as, Leon. I don't know what that face was, I'm sorry. As, Leon and Allegro and I were talking about tonight. What were some of the shows that you watched when you were younger? I watched Courage the Cowardly Dog, which I loved, even though it was creepy. A lot of people didn't like it. I watched Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy, The Angry Beavers, most of the Nickelodeon shows, Bear in the Big Blue House, Out of the Box, PB&J. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but it was the Otters, and it was the best show ever. I'm just thinking about it now, and I'm like, wait, what did I used to watch? No, but those are some of my favorites. What did you want to be when you grow up, and do you still want to be that? I wanted to be a teacher since I was 5, which I'm sure all of you know by now, are sick of hearing me say, and I still want to be a teacher. If you see me licking the inside of my lip, it's because I've been chewing my lips. This is a random fact about me. I chew the inside of my mouth when I'm very anxious and I'm stressed. So I bite it, and I've been biting it, and it's kind of sore. So if you see me doing that, it's because my mouth's sore. What was your favorite toys to play with? All of my stuffed animals and all my stuffed toys things. Dang it! I forgot. I bought a little stuffed Eevee. The Pokemon. I got an Eevee the other day, and it's just been sitting on my kitchen table. I keep forgetting to bring it into my room. But yeah, I used to just that and Legos. I used to have a Lego bus, and I always played with my Legos. I sounded like I was 7. What's the most embarrassing thing that you can remember doing? When didn't I do embarrassing things? I was just an embarrassing kid. I can't remember. Oh, when wasn't when I was a kid, but it was when I was younger, I guess. We were in the gym for open morning, like gym time. And we used to go down with like our TAs, which was our homeroom in middle school. I was bouncing a ball. And we had like the smiley faces on the ground, and I was bouncing the ball really hard on it while I slammed the ball down, and it came up and it like hit me in the face and knocked my glasses off. I remember that. It wasn't that embarrassing, but it was funny. Um, I love this question. What was one thing you dressed up as for Halloween when you were younger? I'll say my two favorites. One was a clown, and I had done the outfit for Circus Schmirkus, and oops, sorry, I have stuff on my phone, iPod, same thing. But I had done Circus Schmirkus where we had to be clowns, and I still had the outfit, so I was a clown. And then my mom actually made me a bingo card. So for Halloween one year I was walking around as a bingo card. It was a really nice costume though. It was like a full-fledged bingo card, and then it had some that were dabbed and everything. It was so cool. I'm such a nerd, I'm sorry. Tell a funny story of something you remember happening when you were young. Oh my god, I don't know. Like I said, I was a weird kid. A lot of fun stuff happened, I guess. I don't know. These are bad questions. I have the worst memory. Are there any special things you've kept from when you were a child? For the longest time, I had a black bear, which I think I mentioned in a video before. I had a little stuffed black bear named Blackberry that I got from like my first grade teacher, who was my second grade teacher as well, because she was a looping teacher, and she had given it to me for my tonsils and adenoids surgery, I guess. And she had given me that, and when we moved from, well, when Mom and I moved from where I used to live to where I live now, he got lost. I had that thing till I was like 14, and yeah. Nothing will ever replace that as being my favorite, like, stuffed animal either. It's just, but I have like all my old shouldn't say I have it. I had like all the calendar stuff that we used to do. I used to have all of my like artwork. My grandparents still have a little wreath that I made for Christmas. It has a picture of me, and then it's like a little wreath, and then it has little puzzle pieces. But I really don't have anything from my childhood. I have this house. I'm sorry I'm getting emotional. It's just I don't have anything, which kind of sucks. Cause not having stuff from your, like, I have pictures, but those are really old. Those are like my baby pictures that before my grandmother passed, she used to send them to me all the time, and she'd send me pictures of like me and my parents and stuff like that. But yeah, so I really don't have any childhood stuff. Sorry, I don't know why I feel really emotional about this. Whew. On to the next question. What's the scariest thing you remember that happened to you when you were younger? Scariest thing, Probably having my tonsils and adenoids taken out because I had never had surgery. And I guess when I had woken up, because I remember bringing my baby blanket, and I remember my mom telling me that I just kept waking up and crying and wanting my mom. Like I had been banging on the table, or banging on where I was laying down. I was banging on that. I just wanted my mom. And to this day, I don't know where my baby blanket went either. I had two, and one was kind of like this material, which it was stitched, and then it had like a circus scene on it, and then I don't know where that went either. That's another one of my favorite things I used to have. Sorry. How is the world now different from how it was when you were a child? Well, when I was a child, I don't know, things were a lot easier. It wasn't like so, I don't know. I want to say the world wasn't so cruel, I guess is the best way to put it. I mean, granted, the world wasn't as bad as it is now. Like, you could leave, like, your cars unlocked and stuff like that. Now in my town, you can't do that. Even when you lock your cars, people get into them. Trust me, I know. Now here's some different tags. Sorry. I blew my nose once because I started crying, I had a problem. Ow. Oh, my back hurts. Oh, sorry. My back's starting to bother me. I think I'll do this last tag, which is the scariest things tag, and then maybe I'll do some other ones some other time. But it's almost 5 a.m. and I'm tired. Oh, excuse me. Scariest real life experience. Being followed. I will not walk in my town anymore. I used to walk all the time. I walk at like 8 o'clock at night and I'd walk by myself. Well, one day, and I'm emphasizing the fact that this was a day, I walked up, I smacked my glasses, I walked up by our mall, and there was a guy across the street, and I was like, whatever. Well, he started yelling at cars, and so I called my friend, and I was like, hey, do you mind talking to me while I walk for a little bit? I was like, I don't want to just be walking alone. So they talked to me, and I was like, okay, I think I'll be fine. So I turned around and started to head home. Well, this guy followed me. I could not go home for like an extra 20 minutes because this guy kept following me. So that's my scariest real life experience. Scariest paranormal experience. I mean, it wasn't really scary. I have had scary ones actually. At work one time, one of the guys that I used to work with, he passed away earlier. I think he passed away in September. Had to be like early September. And he used to work in Candyland. And there was one day I was in Candyland by myself. Now Candyland is a very little area. And we have like a little back room that used to be the cooler. So it's always cold in there. But normally it doesn't affect Candyland. Candyland is normally generally warm. But I remember, because I always stand in front of the window so I can see out and see everybody and wave and everything. I remember standing in front of the window, and all of a sudden it was just freezing cold in Candyland. I'm like, what the hell? I look at the temperature, and I'm like, okay. I was like, it's like 60, 70 degrees in here. I was like, why is it so cold? And that's when I could hear, like, laughing. I'm like, okay. But it was coming from the back room where Frank always used to be, and I'm like, okay. I was like, just remember, I was like, if it's anybody, it's Frank. Just remember it's Frank. But it was just something so weird. And then it wasn't scary again, but there was one night, there was like a group of us in Candyland, and it was mainly like a couple females, and then there was 2 males. And one male was in the back room. He wasn't that far back in, so I could hear him if he was talking to me, and then the other one was right next to me. And I was standing there, and I was like standing. I had to have gone to go do something. And all of a sudden I hear laughing, and I hear my name, and I'm like, and I'm looking around, and it was a male's voice, and I was like, okay. So I turn, and I look at the guy in the back room, and I was like, hey, did you just say my name? He's like, no. I look at Mikey, and I was like, did you just say my name and laugh? And he was like, no, why? I was like, nothing. But it was just, it like I said, it's not scary, it's just weird. It's like, I wasn't expecting that, and I don't know. Have you ever known anyone convicted of a violent crime? Of a violent crime? My dad was convicted, I believe, for, smashing somebody's front porch. Well, driving a car into their front porch. Guess that's about it. Sorry, I had something white on my lip. Are you afraid of the dark? Why or why not? I'm not really, because I used to sleep in the dark when I used to, like, sleep out on the couch. But now that I have my room, I like to sleep with, like, the TV on or something. I don't know. It's just something soothing, or, like, music or something. I used to do it in my old houses, too. I'd always have to have something on. I think it was just a comfort thing. It's not that I'm afraid of the dark, it's just, I mean, I used to be when I was little, but I'm really sorry about this sniffling. I'm almost done, I promise. Does your hometown have any scary stories or legends? My hometown, there is at the old high school, which is now our middle school, that, Smokey the janitor, is what they used to call him. He died in the girls' locker room, and you could still smell smoke. I guess that's the worst one. And then there's like, but there's like Emily's Bridge. There's a bunch of stuff. Vermont seems to be a very good place for hauntings, which I don't mind. I used to read up on that stuff all the time. What is your favorite urban legend? Oh my god. Emily's Bridge. Or Bloody Mary. I like both of them. I think they're cool. What is your scariest nightmare? My scariest nightmare is I used to have it when I was a kid too, which I think is really weird that I still have it. Because it's the same dream, but like different occurrences happen, I guess. But it's always, and any of you gamers know, well, hopefully you know, the Resident Evil dogs. The game Resident Evil, the first one, where there's that creepy guy on the cover, which I hope most of you know what I'm talking about, those dogs. Because my dad used to have me watch him play that game when I was little. But it's always the same thing. That those dogs are like chasing me, and they have killed like my whole family. And they're just chasing me, and they chase me, and they chase me, and they chase me through this house and everything. But it is the weirdest thing. Because I have it, and then like different scenarios will happen. So maybe one time everybody dies, and then one time I am trying to save like my mom or something, and it's just, I don't know. Even though last night, I don't know if it's weird or scary. I think it's more sad than anything. Last night I had a dream actually, and, well, I should say like yesterday afternoon, because I didn't wake up till 4, because I'm lazy. I need sleep, but The dream was I was like we were in Vermont, and it was like family, it was like a family thing, and my dad caught me smoking a cigarette, and I'm like, okay, and then he was like, we'll deal with this when we get home. I was like, whatever. Which I'd say now anyway, I'd be like, whatever, okay. And so we go about, and everything goes about in the dream. And I'm sitting there crying, and I remember this, because my mom's sitting there saying that she doesn't want me, and I'm just sitting there bawling. I mean, granted, I know it's not true, but in a dream, it's like, I don't know. And I remember she's just sitting there, she's like, I don't want you. She's like, we're just signing these papers and you're being adopted. I was like, what? Being adopted to this abusive family, like, these are the types of people where you just look at them and you're like, oh my god, I have to live with you. And it was just a dream where I'm like physically abused by these people that I now have to live with, and I'm like, why? Like, why would you give me up? I just didn't understand. And then it turns into a completely, excuse me, oh, I blew my nose. Isn't my dream catcher pretty? But then it turned into a dream of like me being fine and with my friends and seeing one of the people that I miss the freaking most. But yeah. Okay, so this has turned into an extremely long video, and I'm extremely sorry because I've been posting very long videos and they really shouldn't be this long. But I hope you all have an amazing day, night, whatever it is for you. I'll try to keep videos up now that I'm not as busy, because I don't go into work till 5:30 now. But I will try to keep you guys updated. I might film a Dear Me. I might actually have to do that because I feel like that would be a very good thing for me to do. And maybe I will post a video explaining some stuff that's going on. Not a lot, but maybe some, just so you guys can have a little insight and know that I will be okay. But thank you all for watching. I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.